Instagram, I know King Podcast, Instagram, I know King Podcast, Instagram, I know King Podcast, Instagram, I know King Podcast.
Hey, and welcome to the 40th episode of the No Kidding Podcast.
Can you believe
I'm
made
Andrew.
It? Oh, I messed you up.
I'm Andrew.
I'm Lisa.
Yeah, we're just going to cut that part out. I can't believe that you would do that. I wasn't even going to do anything weird this intro, and I'm glad you did it.
No, I thought, I didn't know you were jumping into introductions, but that was awesome.
When has that not been the procedure?
I don't know. It's been a long time.
It's been a long time, okay? We've taken a little hiatus, so...
I was looking, and the last time we recorded was in January.
Oh my god. It's been forever.
Okay,
yeah,
anyway.
It's a situation. So apparently after I've figured once I get married and buy a house, that's when everything calms down.
You would think.
Owning a house is more intense.
Life just got a lot more intense, that's all.
Yeah, it's just always getting busier.
Yeah, I think when you add more things to your plate, it's just like you think it's going to be better, but then it ends up being, well, it's just an adjustment more than anything, I think.
My millennial life is so hard.
Oh no. Speaking of life being so hard, I have to let the audience know that I just woke up. So, yeah, just so that, in case there's not a lot on the brain, I'm still half asleep.
Hey guys, this is going to be a rocketing episode. We both just woke up. It's all fine. We're doing this podcast at 8 a.m. because we're early risers.
Yeah.
It's not entirely true,
okay.
but that's fine. That's fine because you got your, what do you say? You got electric tie-dye energy drink?
I've never had this before, but it's called, I've had the brand Alani Nu. It's a brand of energy drinks, but I've never had this flavor before, and it's called electric tie-dye. It's been sitting in my fridge for a very long time, so hopefully it's still good, but I kind of needed it today, so I thought I'll just go with it. But it says good vibes, good times, so that's what I'm expecting for this podcast.
Ah, good. Okay, cool. Yeah, all right. So this is going to be more like a chill, electric boogaloo one. We got it.
Yeah. Okay, it says best by June 30th, so I'm good. So what are you drinking?
I got a can of energy here.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, it's a shake well before opening, so I'm going to do that.
Oh.
This is, it's a latte, but it's a matcha latte.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's got your favorite ingredient, tapioca pearls. It's in a can. It's canned boba.
Oh my gosh, Aaron was telling me about this the other night at your house.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's right.
He got them for you, right? Did he buy those for you?
Well, he actually bought them as a birthday gift for my father-in-law, and as a joke because he knew he wouldn't have it.
Right.
And so he was like, "No, I'm not gonna bother with that," and he left it in my fridge. So
I gave them to you.
No, I have them.
So Aaron
thanks,
Aaron is our cousin. Just so we can include the listeners.
And resident boba enthusiast.
I know. We had words, but we're okay now. Yeah.
It makes a cool straw sound. So here's the problem. Here's the problem I had with these. Okay? Because a big part of drinking boba is controlling the amount of boba you get with the amount of tea you get. It's a whole ratio game. It's it's more challenging to drink than a normal drink, right? It's a bit more of a labor of love, if you will. However, these canned ones, they're in a can and they don't have a Capri Sun situation where they got a straw stuck to the side, and they require a very specific straw. So you can't control the amount of boba you get to the amount of drink you get.
Right.
So that's problematic in my opinion. So I went out and got some boba straws to be able to drink these the way I'd like to.
They sell boba straws separately?
Yeah, well, no, I just kind of stole them from a boba shop. I got boba, so I am a paying customer. I just also happen to take more straw. I'm like, hey, I'm sharing this with 5 people.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I called you out there. Sorry.
But actually, I bought reusable boba straws. Okay. So this is a 5-head move if you want to go. This is, you get a reusable boba straw so that, if you're ordering Uber Eats boba and stuff, that you always have a straw in hand, because a lot of times they forget the straw, and then what do you do?
What do you do? I mean, that's the problem with boba.
Yeah, I mean, it requires utensils, so I have the utensils now. But yeah, and also I have made my own homemade boba, which was a challenging and fun experience. But
was it a fail?
Yeah, that's why I originally got them. But I couldn't find them at the time, so I ended up getting these. So sorry, turtles. I got a few disposable ones here.
Okay. Well, that was a lovely
works.
lovely boba serenade that we had there.
It's pretty good. I mean, it's the kind of like jelly pearls. It's not like the super soft ones you can get at like a boba shop, but
Awesome.
Can you hear me chewing?
No, I can't. Well, now I can, but I couldn't before. Oh my gosh, my brain is like so fried. I can't even explain it. It's taking all my energy.
Just to say, yep.
No, I don't know. Like just to like.
Just to abide my boba love.
I think okay. So like a lot of people don't believe this because of my ability to be a chameleon in life, but I'm pretty sure. I mean, if it exists, which I believe it does, I believe like everybody in our family has ADD, and I don't know if it's because we actually do or if it's just the way we were raised, and so somehow we all got exposed to something that created a very large distraction rate. I don't know.
Radioactive chemicals?
I don't know. Because I feel like
my superpower is not paying attention.
Yes. I feel like we all have a distraction in our gene. But yeah, like
if something gets in your genes, that's pretty distracting. But
okay. I have a very low threshold for laughter, so get ready, guys, because yeah. So, but when I'm tired, it's like my ability to concentrate is just very, very hard.
What?
Hard. Yeah.
Podcast? What's happening?
Okay, I have to get it together.
Get it together, Lisa. Look. So, in the meantime, while you're getting it together, wrap it up. I finally got to show off. I'm recording from my new podcast studio. Okay, yay!
I thought you were about to say podcast, and I was like, "Excuse me, your new
my new podcast, the Super Kidding Podcast." Yeah. Sorry if there's a little reverb though. I haven't gotten all the sound paneling in, but it's gonna be dope. Don't worry about it. However, Lisa, you've seen it, right? What do you think? Oh man, she's out of it.
I don't have it together. Okay, I stepped away to blow my nose, and then you said something, so I had to run back. It was a whole thing. I'm sorry.
Oh man, that's like when working from home. Like if I have if I'm at a meeting and I'm like, ooh, I really have to pee. If I get my Bluetooth headphones on, what are the chances that they're gonna ask me a question?
Exactly. It was exactly my. Anyway, my drama that just happened. Yes, I have seen it, and it is awesome. It's like I'm jealous. So I don't. Yeah. Anyway, it's really nice. I wish I could explain it, but you can explain it. It looks good. Go ahead, explain it. I'm gonna step away and blow my nose.
I just wanted to hear you blow your nose. Yeah, so I got like a bunch of sound panels and stuff and 2 stacked ultra wide monitors and my totally bare bones caseless PC on my desk. So it's pretty ghetto at the moment, but it's looking good. I put down some paneling as I've previously described for VR and stuff, like some EVA foam paneling. Those like jigsaw puzzle pieces kind of thing. They're a lot softer than I thought they'd be. They're pretty comfy actually. Problem with those is though you can't roll your chair over them, so you're just kind of. I had to get these like thick rubber mats for the like chair area so that I could actually like move around.
I actually thought that was a good idea because I'm sure it helps with sound for one, but also it was very nice to walk on. So
yeah,
I'm sure that you could do other things with it, like cut. You could even like cut stuff with an X-Acto knife. That was my first thought when I saw it. I was like, oh, you could just cut right on your floor. But yeah, no, I liked that how you cut it out too for your chair but I could see the annoyance there where if you want to roll anywhere beyond that square footage or whatever, you can't go very far. So
where else am I gonna go?
Well,
this
true.
is my desk.
Okay. I guess.
Do you try out the standing desk functionality? I wasn't in here the whole time you were in here. So
you had the standing desk?
Yeah, you could press a button and stand up.
You didn't show me that.
Oh, see, you gotta come back.
You got distracted in a gunfight, so
Yeah, that's true. It was the housewarming party, so there was a lot going on. I was being pulled in many directions.
Yes, this is.
I'm glad you.
Nerf gun. I should specify that. A Nerf gun fight. Yeah.
I wasn't suddenly in a gang war.
No. Luckily, you didn't move somewhere where you have a constant worry like that.
Well, I do have my Nerf guns in my office, so that was a feature I didn't describe before. So thank you for
So you had those Nerf guns, or somebody brought them?
They're mine.
Oh, they're yours. Oh.
You think Caleb was just like, listen, I'm going to bring some hardware. We're going to see if he can.
That's kind of what I was thinking. I was like, oh,
the barrage.
No. Oh, okay, well, that's fun.
Every office has to have some Nerf guns. Like, how are you going to do business without being able to settle disputes?
This is true. I feel very under-equipped for podcasting and office drama. So, unfortunately, I'm going to have to get on Amazon here pretty soon. You know, I've had a real Amazon problem lately, I have to admit, because I don't know. I went through a period where, like, anything could come at me, and I would say, no. Like, I wouldn't buy anything for any reason. But lately, I've noticed that it's becoming a problem because I've seen something or talked about something and thought, I need that in my life. And I would immediately jump on Amazon and get it. And that's not the way you should function. I mean, not that I did, analyze it and think about it before buying it, but it's just out of character for me. So, but one of the things I bought, well, actually, it was kind of, I think I might have told you this, but so I was watching these videos of this guy who goes around and he's kind of like an explorer, and he has a pack that he brings with him, and it's got all of his necessities. And I like to explore, so I was thinking, oh, I need that in my pack. So I bought a lot of
got the EDC bug.
Yeah, I got a lot of explorer things. And then after I got them, I thought, yeah, I like to explore, but when am I ever going to be in a situation where I need this?
Oops. Uh-oh.
But
happened?
I have it, so I guess if I am ever in a situation.
Here's the thing. You can't go on an adventure if you're never ready for an adventure.
This is true.
You know what I mean?
But now I'm ready, so if I ever do, yeah, that's true. So I can justify it that way. But, yeah. Anyway, and then I'm trying to think of what the last thing I bought was.
You got some solid stuff, although you didn't have a knife, which seems...
That's one thing I need. See, now I need to jump on Amazon immediately and buy a knife. Can you buy knives on Amazon? I don't think so.
Sure. Yeah,
you can?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You buy any other tools on Amazon.
I know, but that's like a weapon.
Well, I mean, theoretically. Anything can be a weapon, right?
I guess that's true. I don't know.
It's not
I'll look
restricted
into
like
it.
firearms.
But I want to get a good knife. A knife that's not too big, but can be used to, whittle wood or cut something like
I just got
rope.
A knife last night. You hear it flicking open?
You got one?
Somebody, it was actually a Christmas gift that I never picked up, and they came to my house the other day, and they were like, just take it. And I was like,
I want this out of my life.
And it turned out to be a knife. And I was like,
wow.
I have a knife.
I need to get more friends. That's the problem.
Yeah. It's got paracord on it, so I'm ready for an adventure too.
Okay. Well, maybe we can go on an adventure.
It's bright red, so I assume if I'm lost, somebody will be able to find me pretty easily. But then it's got camo paracord, so I don't know. It's sending mixed signals.
It's like, do I want to be hidden or do I not? So this is a real problem, not a problem, but conundrum, I guess, maybe. So a lot of people who do these adventures and excursions and go out in the woods and whatever, they do typically wear either all black or some kind of like darker colors or camouflage wear or whatever. And they're not hunting. They're actually just like exploring. And sometimes they go into areas that are maybe not exactly legal, like might not be their property. So I think the idea here is, they blend in so they don't get detected. However, shouldn't you be wearing, like, if you're going to go into a dangerous area, not necessarily like a dangerous area, but out by yourself in the woods or something, you would want to be seen if you get lost and need help, right?
I guess. I assume they're pretty confident they're not going to get lost and need help.
Yeah, well, that's a problem because some people are just overconfident, I think.
Some people are, yeah, that's true.
But I
guess
you
if you're going on these wild adventures, breaking into places, you're pretty confident.
Yeah, well, that's true. Or even if you did get in trouble, you'd rather die than get help.
You'd be like, just never mind, I failed.
This
just
is
never mind me.
My punishment. But I guess you could, I was just thinking, maybe you could bring something like a sheet that's very colorful, so you could put
it out.
Yeah. I guess
you could have a surrender flag in case somebody's like, get off my property.
Yeah.
And, an American flag if you discover any unclaimed territory and want to raise the flag for old Uncle Sam.
Yeah.
You gotta be covered.
Oh, sure. So,
but I assume they probably just have like a satellite phone or something like to.
See, now I need a satellite phone. Why do you say things?
Now you need a satellite phone. I mean, that's non-negotiable. How are you going to go on an adventure without a satellite phone?
I don't know. But that is true because there was a couple times where I do go out on like solo adventures, which I probably should, whatever. Nobody knows where I am. But, and there's often times where I don't have service and I think this is probably not a good idea. But I do it anyway, and I think, well, maybe I don't know. I just think a satellite phone is very expensive. And I
mean, if you have someone you trust, you could always share your Google Maps location with them, and then it'll update. I mean, when you don't have service, it won't update, but they'll at least have a last known location, you know?
Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I definitely always do that, so that's good. But what if I need help? That's the problem. It's like, what if I'm somewhere and I'm like, I'm not opposed to asking for help if I need it.
Right.
I'm not one of those people.
You could also bring a walkie-talkie with you, and then you can like scan channels and say help, help, help on every channel.
Oh, walkie-talkie. Maybe that's.
I mean, those things have 3-mile range, so I mean, you could get some that have like up to 10. I think.
Really?
It's pretty wild.
Okay.
You might need some crazy batteries.
I want to see how much a satellite phone is before I do.
There you go. Google it.
Let me Amazon. No. Okay.
I have no idea. So.
Satellite phone price. Well, let's tell. Oh, Amazon was the first one that came up.
Yeah, it's like, hey, you want a satellite phone?
$600.
Yeah, not too bad.
No, that's the cheap one.
Yeah, well, hey, listen. How can you put a price on your safety?
Well, the real one is $1,700, which is marked down. Which is marked down from $1,900.
Well, you know.
So,
what do you?
But then you also need.
You're gonna cheap out on your safety.
You also need a satellite phone global prepaid SIM card, which is $144.
Of course. What are you gonna do about that?
Yeah.
And then what's the? I assume there's like a plan or something that's.
Oh, they have well, true. Yeah, they have a mini one, a Garmin Inreach mini lightweight and compact satellite communicator, and it's $338.
Communicator. That seems like maybe there's a base station somewhere and it's just phoning home.
So you can't like talk on it. It's just like a.
Well, you might be able to talk on it, but it'd be like you have to have like the main module in your car or something, and then like walkie-talkies back to that.
But one good thing about it that I like is that it does like it can do maps even when you don't have service, I guess.
Yeah, true. I mean, your phone can do maps when you don't have service. Like the GPS still works even if you don't have
mine doesn't.
Data.
Or do you have to do like offline, download the map before you go offline?
Yeah, you have to. You can. There's an option in Google to like download the area you're going into for offline use, and then because the GPS part works even if you don't, like that's satellite, so it doesn't use the towers.
Right. Okay.
We do it all the time when we go to like Tennessee and stuff, and like the Smoky Mountains.
You do that? That's smart.
Yeah, it's nice to see how far you are up the trail. You're like, oh man, how much further is it? You just look on the map.
Yeah, I do have like my local maps downloaded, so if I do happen to go out of service and I'm driving around our local or whatever, but that seems silly because sorry, I have my phone on. Mom, I'm in the middle of the podcast. Stop texting. So knife, satellite. I'm putting this down as things I have. See, this is my problem. This is how I've been lately. I have this like feeling. Why am I like this? Because I'm normally not like this. Is there some impending doom coming that my internal intuition is telling me prepare?
Wow, that's good. Do it.
I don't know.
You should be ready.
But I did get a hammock, which is the thing I laugh about because it's like, when am I going to need a hammock? But
yeah, I like how that was your like outdoor if you have to sleep or something. I'm like, wow, that's really casual. You're just gonna. Who needs a tent?
Yeah, well, a tent is very cumbersome to put up, and it takes more time. And
True.
It takes more time to put up and bring down.
But what if it rains?
Well, you have a tarp that goes over you with a hammock.
Oh, okay. So this is like a.
Well,
more like a hanging tent.
Well, I don't have the tarp yet, so.
But there is one. It exists.
You could get.
What about mosquitoes?
Yeah, it does have a mosquito net, so like you are enclosed.
Well, it's pretty serious then.
Yeah.
It's like a little hanging habitat.
It is a hanging habitat. That's exactly what it is. A hanging habitat.
Nice.
I love that. But what else was I going to say? I feel like there was part of this. I don't know. Anyway, I will say something else that I got recently, which I did not get on Amazon, but I did get because I've been thinking about this. So for Christmas, I got myself roller skates because I'm trying to think of more. So
skates or blades?
Well, I had blades, but they hurt my ankles like really, really bad. So I gave those away to Christy, our stepsister. I don't know if she still has them or not, but I gave them to her. And excuse me. Then I got regular roller skates, like the 4-wheeled, old school type, because I thought I just saw
like
people,
a roller derby kind of thing.
Well, I mean, I saw people on the trail where we bike ride and stuff. I saw them using them, and they looked like they were having fun, and they were
like really cool and stuff.
Well,
and
not
they had,
cool. They definitely did not look cool. That's
the big earphones and with the radio antenna on them.
Yes, they looked very 80s.
They had their Walkman in their pocket.
Yeah. Yeah, they do actually. That's how they are like that. But they did look a little bit more stable and like, they were cruising pretty good. So I thought, maybe I'll try that instead. So I did try that. It was actually a lot harder than rollerblades, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Especially with sticks and stuff. And obstacles.
They say sticks and stones can break your bones.
They definitely can. So, but I have been, instead of using them on the roads, and I do kind of like cruise around my neighborhood a little bit, and that's okay. But it's a lot harder than you would think. Well, maybe obviously you don't think it's hard. It's harder than you would think. It was harder than I thought. Let's say that. But I went to the skating rink nearby and skated there, and it's so much easier and it's so much more fun at a skating rink.
Well, yeah, without like the sticks and the rocks and the real life.
You're basically gliding around on a skating rink. It's completely flat surface. It's coated. It's beautiful. So I have a ton of fun at the skating rink, more fun than I do around the neighborhood. So I thought, so the whole point of all this is I'm trying to find outdoor activities that are active and kind of like a workout that's not about me going to the gym. It's kind of like playing to work out. You know what I mean? Like it's like you're being active like you were a kid and you're having fun, but you're also, staying healthy. So that was my goal, because I don't know, I'm getting to a point where I just don't like working out all the time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So,
oh boy, do I.
Or do I? I don't know. Anyway, depends on what it is. But so I got a skateboard.
Wow.
And I know. I always wanted to learn how to skateboard, and I never did it. And I thought, you know what? That's an activity I can do outside. And then part of this is like I'm building from roller skating to skateboarding, and then from skateboarding possibly to wakeboarding to possibly snowboarding one day. So nice. I'm kind of like trying to build up my abilities so I can have more access to outdoor activities.
Well, I'm going to sign your cast. Don't get me wrong. I'm really excited for this. It's interesting. My friends have been snowboarding a lot lately, so I'm like, maybe I get into that. I'm like, is that easy? And I'm like looking up. I'm like, doesn't sound easy.
No, I know. Like
they always make it look easy.
They do, and it looks so fun. And I think that would be fun. I feel like I would really enjoy it, but at the same time, I know it's not as easy. It's not easy. Like people get broken bones on the kiddie slopes, so. And obviously if you don't live somewhere where it snows, where you have a lot of practice.
Yeah, like us.
Yeah. Like, I mean, so I thought skateboarding is kind of the next, well, actually, wakeboarding would be the next best thing to snowboarding, but skateboarding is the next
Not too
best
bad
thing.
Falling on a wakeboard.
I don't know. I will say, when I used to go to this camp as a kid where we would learn skills like that. Now, I never got to learn because when it was my turn to do, it was actually skiing, not wakeboarding, but it was skiing. I tried the first day and I wiped out every single time. It was very painful. It was very uncomfortable. Water went up my nose. I face planted so many times. It was very hard. So, but then the next day when I was supposed to keep learning, I had messed up my ankle really, really, really bad. I thought that I broke it. It swelled up so big. I had to wear crutches for the rest of the camp session, like for the rest of the week. I don't know how long we were there, but I think we were there for a couple weeks. And it was near the beginning, so it kind of sucked because it ruined the rest of my camp days. But it was really fun beforehand because I broke it. Well, not broke it. I think I sprained it or twisted it. I don't know. It was camp. It was like teenagers that were in the clinic and they were like, yeah, let's just wrap it up and give you a crutch for the next 2 weeks. So
You'll be fine.
You'll be fine. And I ended up being okay. So I hope
So they were right.
I guess they were right. I don't know. I just kind of trusted them. But the reason I did that was because I was playing Capture the Flag at night and I stepped in a hole and twisted it pretty bad. But that game is so fun. Have you ever played that game at night? It's my favorite game. And like, if you could do that as an adult, I don't know.
You can. It's called Halo.
Oh, see? Yeah, see? It's like Halo, but I mean like in real life. So
You're like, well, that's called Halo VR. Which doesn't exist, but I would love it.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that.
I'm absolutely sure there's a Capture the Flag VR game somewhere.
I'm sure.
Maybe like Boneworks or something. I don't know.
I don't know.
Boneworks
I just remember
mods.
that being the best game as a kid. It was Capture the Flag at nighttime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun, especially if it's like a whole, like if you get a big area to do it.
Yeah.
Lots of stuff.
Well, we used to play around our house too, like.
Yeah, but we had the
schoolyard. Yeah.
The schoolyard was huge and had like lots of buildings and stuff that you could hide in. Back when it was not like
fenced in,
a big deal,
and like armored. It's like armored now. You can't get in for anything. With
SWAT guys in there ready to.
The second you touch the fence,
sweep
swat. See, I knew I shouldn't have eaten anything because now my throat's like a mess.
Yeah,
I need a second to like clear it all out because it's driving me nuts. Well, you can talk.
Okay. Hey, Lisa, what kind of skateboard did you get? Why are you giggling?
Because you asked me a question.
So audience, see, if you want to get a skateboard, what I learned, especially if you want to get like a learner situation, like longboards are way easier than like your traditional like street skateboard kind of thing. So like bigger wheels, like flatter, like big trucks. What you want to do. Okay. Like, and also most important thing, because there's so many crap bearings out there, make sure you get good bearings, because it is like night and day. You will think like, oh my god, how does anybody skateboard anywhere when every little bump in the road like stops your wheels in their tracks? So you got to make sure you get really, really solid bearings.
Yeah, exactly. So I did kind of mislead there. I did not get a skateboard. I got a longboard.
Oh, see? Yeah, that's the way to go.
Yeah.
Longboard is definitely the best place to start. Especially if you're not going to be doing like tricks or anything. Like longboards are more like getting around kind of thing. Yeah.
So that's so exactly how you were explaining it. That's what I don't know how you know that, but I had to look it all up. I researched it before I got it, and I was very torn. So there's two types of there's a cruiser and then there's a longboard, and I was torn between the cruiser and the longboard because I said both are pretty good for learning, but the more I looked into it, the longboard was the way to go because it's more forgiving with like turns and stuff, and like you said, with going over bumps and things like that, it handles them way, way easier. So.
Yeah, and you can turn a lot more, especially I've seen you sent me a little video of yours, like how it's kind of like cut out where the wheels are. It makes it like way easier to make like big turns without having to like kind of manual turn. Right.
And you can it's kind of like on a wakeboard how you can go back and forth and sort of weave, whereas it's a lot easier to do that on a longboard than a skateboard. And really, if you want to learn tricks and stuff, a skateboard is probably eventually the right way, and you want to get on. But I'm really not looking for tricks right now.
Dude, Lisa, I want to see you do a kickflip.
I did look how to do that, but I'm nowhere near that. So I've only stepped on the board so far. That's as far as I've gone.
Honestly, just ollie-ing is like so difficult. I've never been able to do a kickflip or anything even close to that.
No?
Like just ollie-ing over like a curb or something is difficult enough on its own. I never said I was good.
I never said I was good. I don't even know where to practice. I'm like...
Yeah, I used to just go up and down the street like really late at night next to Mom's until the people there got really mad at me.
They did?
Yeah, they would come out. One lady, like you can never actually see her. She just like opened up, so she had like the screen door, and at night you can't see through it. And she was just like, "Move along, move along."
Oh my gosh!
Like, okay, sorry.
Grump. Why are there always neighbors who are grumpy?
Well, I was skateboarding in front of their house at like 4 a.m. So.
Oh. Yeah, but how could they hear you? Is it like loud?
Yeah, it's pretty loud.
Oh.
Like the clapping of especially if you like knock over your skateboard or like try and do an ollie or something.
Oh.
There's
so you have a little bit more practice than me. So you could.
Well, it's been a while, but yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I probably wouldn't be. I've never been to honestly a good place to. practice would probably be that skate park in where is that? It's by the Executive Airport. You know the one I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they have some like flat area. Like they're most known for the big pool they have there. Obviously, that's kind of advanced.
Yeah.
But I think they have some like decent like flat just concrete there that you can.
That's what I need because I was thinking I'll just practice on my driveway, but my driveway is slanted, and I'm thinking I don't think I'm ready for that.
Yeah, honestly, that's also another reason you want to get like really nice bearings and stuff. Is like it'll allow you to actually be able to go on the asphalt. Which makes it a lot easier if you can move around on the asphalt easily. But obviously the best thing is, smooth concrete. But
yeah, that's the goal. Is I'm going to try it out. Hopefully not break my bones. Because as I was watching a YouTube video of this girl who was trying to explain it, like how to get started, she said, I'm actually very advanced at this and I always wear wrist guards because I broke my wrist, even when I was good, like she's good and she broke her wrist. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking, oh, okay. This could be a serious so
you're gonna be padded up, Marshmallow Man.
I'm going to have to be because I'm not a young chicken,
Yep.
There is fear in me now. You know how when you're younger, you think, oh yeah, I'll just try it, no big deal. But now you have this occasionally experience in your brain where you've had so many mishaps that now
you've hurt yourself and you've noticed how you recover less and less each time. Yeah. And I mean, I've recently, when I was moving into this house, I found my old skateboard. I was like, oh man, I should go out and like flip around on it. I'm like, I don't have any pads because I didn't used to wear pads, but now I'm like, I should get some pads if I'm going to do that.
Yeah, right. I don't know. So, that's another thing. So I went to, like I said, I sometimes go to the skating ring. And the last time we went, Caleb and Tim were there too. And we were skating around so I don't know if this is a thing, but I noticed that there's a lot of adults there that are very good at skating that aren't with any children. They just go, I mean, and I do that. I go when I don't have kids and I drive around or skate around. I'm not good by any means, but they're doing footwork and turning, and they're very good. They're all older men. It's very, I don't know. It's very, I just always thought skating, I don't want to stereotype, but they really enjoy it. They're very good at it, and they really enjoy it. But it just stood out to me that all of them were older men, like older, like I'd say like 50 plus. So,
you're saying there wasn't even like young kids or guys? No,
right. They're older. I mean, there's families there. There's lots of kids.
Right. There's like little kids, and then there's old men.
And then there's old men. It was just an observation I made. Anyways, one of these men.
I think there's a big skating boom like around like the 80s.
Yeah.
That just was like the time to get into it. That like every guy was a skateboarder back then. So I think they're, a lot of them retained. But why aren't there any
women out there? I guess that's my question.
Yeah, I think it was just one of those things that it was heavily like a guy thing, but yeah.
Skating, like roller skating?
Oh yeah. Oh, roller skating. Okay, I was thinking like skateboarding.
No.
But yeah,
roller
that is
skating
interesting.
At the skating
Maybe
rink.
it's just the like demographic of the area you're in. I don't know.
Maybe. Okay, so these guys, they were roller skating. And so one of the guys, he was very good. He was breezing past us, doing all his little foot tricks. Very good.
Wow.
But okay, so then at the end, they closed it down because they're like, okay, this is the last song, blah, blah, blah. So, and then it's over. So we all leave, we get in our cars and leave. And as we're leaving, I noticed there was an ambulance. And the guy comes out and he broke his arm. And I didn't see it happen, but at some point he broke his arm. And so that was like me thinking, even somebody that's that experienced, that's that very, good at it, could still break their arm. So, yeah. I don't know what the moral of this story is that I'm really trying to promote that you're never too old to learn new things. Mm-hmm. It's fun to learn new things. It builds confidence to learn new things. So I'm really excited about it. But at the same time, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, and it's not a good thing because it's going to prevent me from learning. There could be a serious disadvantage to this. But
right.
I guess you live and you just hope for the best.
You live and you don't learn.
You live and you hope that you have good insurance, medical insurance.
Yes, that's true. Make sure you have good insurance before you do.
Yeah, wait, I need to check on that. What happens if I break my arm?
Yeah, that's the best padding.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the worst one would be the wrist. I would agree with that. Like probably wear wrist guards. Because I mean, even though like obviously I assume it'd probably be like feel worse to break your arm or something. Especially your leg or something. That would be awful. But I feel like, can you imagine just having like worse than carpal tunnel for like the rest of your life? That'd be awful.
No, I mean, Mike broke his ankle, pretty much his whole foot ankle area, and he had to have pins and rods put in there, and it still hurts every single day. Like it hurts him every day, and you can tell one ankle is swollen every day compared to the other one. So I don't want to live with that the rest of my life. I feel bad that he has to live with that forever, but yeah. So it's a real concern, but at the same time, I'm hoping for the best. I don't want it to hold me back from trying new things and learning new things. So
yeah, I mean, fear will just stop you from doing anything, really.
So I'll try to be safe, but
appropriate amount of fear is okay.
Yes,
enough to just take precautions.
That's why I'm starting with a longboard instead of a skateboard.
It's a good choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I didn't, but I wish I did. I definitely learned a lot from like using my friend's longboards. I was like, this is so nice. This is so easy. And then I realized like getting bigger wheels and stuff would help. So I did some of that.
Nice. Well, wish me luck. And maybe you can learn too. And we could go longboarding together. Yay.
Oh, yeah. I could pick it back up.
Yeah. Have you bought anything recently? Anything?
I just bought a new router. Oh, I'm so mad. All right. Look, here's the problem. The Edge Switch X is a new network switch from Ubiquiti that I was like, okay, I want to get this. I want to add it to my little like network stack. It has all PoE gigabit ports. So I was like, that's really dope. So I got it and I plugged everything up to it. I'm basically basing my the start of my new home network here on that. So I'm like, cool. I just plug all those in, and I was like, I guess I can just use like whatever router like the company gives me in the meantime till I get something better. I assumed incorrectly because I looked it up though. I did look it up. People were like, yeah, you can totally do DCHP pools on the Edge router. And I was like, cool, I can go do that. You can do it on the Edge router and the Edge Switch, but not the Edge Switch X, their latest one. Okay. So I'm like,
so did you get the latest one?
I did. Why would they remove functionality? There's a whole thing where people have to revert back to the old interface to be able to do like a lot of the functionality of the Switch. But this one doesn't even have that capability. Oh. So it's like they upgraded, but it's worse now. It's like they haven't implemented all the features and stuff in the new version. So it's like we came out with a new thing that can't do the stuff that the old stuff can. So I'm like, okay, I feel bamboozled. So well, just
can you
if
return
anybody's
it and get a different one?
I've had it for that was the problem. So I bought it when I got my house because I'm like, I'm gonna move in no time. Well, it's been like 6 months, and then there was a whole bunch of stuff, and so now I moved in. So now it's been like 6 months. It was just sitting in a box. So now I've messed up. But here's the thing, it's fine. I'm just going to get the Edge router. I was going to get it eventually, but I'm getting it now. So I'm going to support them more, even though, watch out, guys. Don't get the Ubiquiti Edge Switch unless you know what you're doing. That's my pro tip.
Well, now you know. Now that everybody else knows. So
yeah, I know that was really important. That was on my mind, and I just wanted to get it out there because.
So, what is the advantage of having the X?
The Edge Switch, or the newest one.
The one that you didn't get that you wish you got.
Well, I mean, I don't know if I wish I got it, but I wish I had known that it didn't have the functionality of the older one, so that I could get something that did somewhere in my network stack, but. I just assumed that it could do all the things that the other ones did. But yeah, I mean, it's just a switch. So it's the thing that all of your devices plug into, like hardwired. And then that like routes it into, it's essentially like an extension port for your router. Okay. Like adds a bunch of Ethernet ports so you can plug into it.
So can you get a separate extension to help you with that?
I guess I could buy one of the old ones too.
I could
you'd have to buy like a dual switch, and then I would have to do a whole thing. But no, I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to get the router, and then I'll replace because I want to do that anyway, because I don't like to use the stuff that comes from the ISP. Like, you know how they give you like the router, modem and router? That stuff's always... It's not necessarily garbage, but it's just annoying because it never has any of the features. Like I checked to maybe they can do my DCHP like pooling, but it can't. And it's all, you're like really locked out of that kind of hardware and stuff. Okay. So that actually has a lot of cool functionality and stuff. Like has like an app where you can like QoS, which is like you can change the priority of different devices on your network and stuff. So that's cool. But yeah, not so much not so much all the functionality I want. So
Okay.
I'm going to switch it over. I'm going to get the new stuff. It's going to be cool. And I'm going to be able to run just Ethernet cables to all the stuff that I want to. And they're all going to be powered by PoE. It's going to be magical. You can power stuff with Ethernet cables. You know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, if it's like a low voltage device, you can't like power a whole computer, but it's like 24 volts. So you can like definitely do like security cameras or like other stuff. It's really cool. And then you don't have to run like a extension cable or something out to it.
Okay.
It's really neat. My friend has this weird setup where they do something different where they send data over power. So it's like the reverse. So like his wall plugs have data and you can plug in like an adapter that turns it like a wall plug into an Ethernet cable, like an Ethernet port. It's like the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. I'm like, how does that work? Like, how do you carry data over the power line?
Oh,
Super weird.
Yeah. Magic
to me.
That is weird.
Yeah. So how's your Wi-Fi? Strong?
Mine is strong. Yeah.
You know what I want to do?
What?
You want to do? This is just kind of like my fantasy. Maybe I've said this before on the podcast because I keep wanting to do it, and I'm thinking about it again now that I'm thinking about my router. I want to get a mobile modem for my house so that as a backup internet WAN connection. So you imagine this: your internet goes down, but you can still go on the internet because you have a mobile thing connected to your network that allows you to go on the mobile network. So you wouldn't see any difference. It would be like as if the network never went down. You have like amazing stability because it could just flip over seamlessly.
Yeah.
I want to try that.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of smart too because just the other day, because I do, you too, you work from home, but I do teletherapy, from home sometimes. And we had a big storm come through. And anytime there's a big storm at this house, we lose internet for some reason.
Oh, man.
And so it was touch and go there for a while where I was kind of like, well, I don't have internet. So, and in some cases it's okay because I can use just cell service and do FaceTime on my phone with some kids, but some obviously don't feel like they are not comfortable with that or they don't have the ability to do that. So anyway, and I was thinking,
Wait, they don't have the ability to connect with you on your phone?
Right.
Can't you just use the same application you use on your desktop, but on your phone?
Well, it depends. Like, so if they don't have, so a lot of times the kids are set up at a computer or a desk or something like that, and the parents are working or they don't have access to a cell phone or a iPad or like whatever. It's usually a desktop computer, and they don't know how to connect the computer and the phone. So I don't know. It's like one of those situations where it's too complicated for them to figure out. So.
Okay, so you're trying to get them on the phone.
Yeah, I'm trying to get them on the phone.
To use their phone.
To use my phone because I don't have the internet. So.
Oh. Well, wait, but it's telehealth. So you're there, but you're doing remote stuff?
No. I'm at home. Usually what we do is Zoom. So I go on the computer and I Zoom with them.
You Zoom them.
They're at their house. I'm at my house. But if I don't
and
have...
then your internet goes down.
And my internet goes down. And so I can't access the computer Zoom. And so they're like...
Isn't it the same Zoom?
It is, but... So like I see what you're saying. So no. So if I were to do it on my phone... I do have access to Zoom on my phone. But it's not as... I can't do the things that I would normally do with them because it's very interactive and it's just too hard to access the, what do you call it? Because you can connect.
The extra features?
Yeah, you can connect to like a whiteboard. You can connect to different apps and things like that. And so you share your screen a lot. I do a lot of share screen and do a lot of, connections with the app. And
does your service provide a hotspot? Like, can you do a hotspot with your phone?
I do have hotspot, but... So
you could hotspot the connection to your computer and then just...
That's true. I never really thought to do that. But I wouldn't even know how. But I can look into that. That's a good idea. I've never even thought of that.
Yeah, I do that sometimes when I'm out and about and I need to do my work and I'm like driving somewhere or something. I'm not driving, but like I'm with somebody who's driving and I need to do some work. So I open my laptop and then I just turn on my phone's Wi-Fi and then like piggyback off that.
True.
It's useful. See, tech advice here with Andrew.
I mean, I would know how to do that with a laptop, but I don't know
Focus
how to do that
your
with
questions.
a desktop. Yeah, right. What are your technical questions?
You don't have wireless on your desktop?
No, I'm hardwired in.
Okay, you can get a Wi-Fi adapter if your motherboard doesn't already support it. Like you might have Wi-Fi, it's just turned off. Like on your motherboard, like some motherboards just have it built in. But if you don't, you can just get like a $5 like USB plug-in thing that adds Wi-Fi to your computer.
Okay, back to Amazon.
Well, double check that you don't
No,
already
I'm
have
kidding.
it on your computer.
Yeah, I will. I'll ask Mike. He'll know.
You'll know. You probably just type in Wi-Fi on your search bar or whatever.
True.
Your Windows, hit the Windows key.
We don't need to
do your thing.
Yeah, we can.
Live tech support.
Yeah, live to export over the airwaves. Oh, speaking of over the airwaves, well, see, I don't know if this would be interesting to anybody else, but there's.
Hey, I just talked for like 5 minutes about my network switch.
Yeah, well, okay, this kind of goes along with adventuring and streaming. So there's a guy on Twitch that we follow sometimes. His Twitch name is Hitch. And he basically cycles across country.
Is he a guru?
No, well, yeah, he's probably a adventure guru. I don't know.
Is he a guru that slaps Chris Rock?
No, not even close. He probably would never do that. But what was interesting was he's never been in. He lives in Canada, but he goes all over the world and does these like cycle excursions where he only bikes. He bikes and he camps, and then he keeps going. And he gets from one point to another point across country. And he streams the whole thing. And so anyway, right now he's in Florida and he's starting in the Key West. And he's going as far as he can up the East Coast until he runs out of time, because this particular instance, he has a time limit. Normally he doesn't, but he kind of is just doing this on a whim. But it was interesting because he's in Florida and he's never...
And you're like, he's here.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Does he live Twitch stream? You can like Twitch snipe him. Well, that's not
you can, yeah.
good verbiage. You could hunt him down. Well, that's not very
A
good
lot of people
verbiage
do, actually, but
oh, that's weird.
They're so far, most people are pretty nice about it. Like they'll find him and just like give him food or give him money. And they
nice.
Yeah.
A real life Twitch donation.
Basically, yeah. He just actually right before we started our podcast, he's streaming right now, so I went over and Mike was watching. And he's like, yeah, these two motorcycles just came by and gave him $40. I was like,
nice.
Nice.
That's chill.
Yeah. So far, nothing nefarious or mean has happened to him, but I'm sure it could. That's what's scary. And we were actually having this conversation about like because I follow a lot of people like that who do solo adventures like that. And to me, it so hits my soul. It's very much what I would want to do. But as a girl, I feel like I can't do those things because it wouldn't be as safe. And then I think, well, it's not really safe for them either. But for some reason, I think it's a little bit safer because people aren't going to mess with them as much, I feel like. Or
yeah, it's weird. People, I guess just mess with guys less.
Yeah, or at least guys don't have as much fear in doing that. Like they don't think twice about it. They just go and do it. And as a girl, I'm like, I kind of have to really like consider this because, if something were to happen, I really pretty much would be powerless to stop it. So I don't know.
That's
it's
not necessarily
like,
true.
It's kind of
sad. Yeah, I understand what you mean. Like it's not a situation you want to be tested.
Right. So I do go off on my own sometimes, but I don't do some of the things that that I feel would be unsafe. So I don't know. Right.
It's always better to be safe than sorry.
Well, of course, yeah. So anyways, I need to have an adventure buddy.
But then you would never go skateboarding if that were the case.
That's true. This is true. Anyway, so you got anything else for our I don't know how interesting this was because my brain was like not the best, but
put in the comments how interesting it was.
Probably not at all, but we're back and we'll get back into the rhythm of things, I feel like, and have more interesting convo. I have actually some things to ask you about.
Really? Okay, into the podcast. Let's go.
I can save it.
Just ask a question, we'll like cut, and then like next episode I'll answer.
Did you ever watch Dune? That was my first question. Cut.
Are we doing this?
No, cutting. Goodbye.
Oh, okay.
That's the cliffhanger.
Oh, okay. Come back next week. Where I'll talk all about Dune or how I haven't seen it. I could watch it in the amount of time.
Yeah. Oh, good luck with that. Good luck.
So long, pretty well, pip, cheerio, we'll be back soon.
I can't believe you doing that to the audience.
Well, yeah, I have to give them something to look forward to. They're probably so not even going to tune in. They're like, Dune, who cares about that?
They're like, you know what? I'm going to make sure not to tune in next week.
I don't really want...
Next week's a skipper.
You basically just And did your audience?
You've spoiled it.
Yeah,
You've spoiled it. Now they, whenever a new episode comes on their feed, they're like, "What's this going to be about?" Now they're like, "It's about Dune."
I love